Welcome to Maurice. Maurice the bird. Maurice l'oiseau. L'oiseau. Who knows? It's French. Maurice the bird is a French bird. He has a little tuft of hair at the top, as you can see. He wears those little cute French glasses because he doesn't like to be recognized in public. Yes. Maurice lives. Let's just draw the rest of Maurice. He only has very small feet. Here's Maurice, he's looking lovely. He's a French bird. That's why he's called Maurice. Oh yes. Je m'appelle Maurice, which means I am called Maurice. That's his name. Hello, I am Maurice. I live on the Tour Eiffel, which is the Eiffel Tower in French or English. So Maurice lives in the Eiffel Tower in Paris. He loves the Eiffel Tower. He lives at the very top, but there is a problem because he has to get the lift. Maurice has a situation to handle which makes him very sad. His wings are excessively small and therefore he can't fly. He thinks not too well of this. He will explain. When I was born, or before I was born, I was in, how you say, the egg. I was happy in the egg, here is me in the egg. Happy, 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 la la bon bon bon, shabba du guidon za bon, which is an old French song, which goes la la bon bon bon, ça va bon. Yes, when I was in the egg, I had a lovely little verre de vin, yes, a little glass of wine to keep me just happy. I was smiling, a little bit of garlic. Obviously French people don't have that much garlic, it's just, it's not true, but oh, I love it. Right, and of course I had a strappy shirt. Yes, I had a strappy shirt, it should be the other way, but we don't care. Now the thing with Maurice was, when the egg cracked, as did the eggs crack for his brothers and sisters, Maurice got out. Hello, bonjour le monde, hello the world, I'm here, I love you. Yes, I'm here to peck around and fly and do all the things I want to do, make some philosophy, write some books. And his sisters here got out. Hello, bonjour, I'm not quite as French as you, but very similar in the language, because you are French bird, I'm French bird. And then there was his brother. His brother was Jean-Claude le bird. Je suis Jean-Claude l'oiseau. L'oiseau, yes. Bonjour, Jean-Claude. You have a beak and, yes, you're happy as well. They were all born. And of course, they were all birds. Yes, in little eggs, little French eggs, each with their own glass of wine. Yes, which was a lovely claret they had, which was I think that was an 86. Quite a lovely year for claret. There it is. Anyway, the problem was that Maurice's wings were a little smaller than the average bird. You see, if you look at his brothers and sisters, this is his sister here, this is Charlize, ben je suis ici, which is French for, I don't know. Maurice, when he was only young, went to the mirror and looked directly in the mirror and held up his wings. I will now inspect my wings. I will look at my wings, my wonderful wings, before I fly, because I'm too young to fly just yet. But I will... This is his reflection in the mirror. His reflection didn't look too happy. Why are you not so happy, my reflection? My reflection, you should be smiling. I'm a bird of paradise, as far as I'm concerned. Yes, I'm a bird of paradise. There's paradise in the distance. I'm going there if I don't already live there. Unfortunately, what his reflection was trying to tell him, that his wings were not very good. Yes. Maurice looked in a book of birds. Birds and bird wings. Yes, he could only just hold on to the book, but he read it very closely. What does it say? Okay, let us have Maurice's accent occasionally changes. I will look in the book I will discover the kind of wings I need. He looked and he noticed that the eagles had huge wings. Even doves had nice wings. Here's a dove with dark glasses and a big hairstyle. Yes, an old, sort of a very big hairstyle, which you can't see, but don't worry, I'll move back a bit till he's up there anyway. Suddenly it dawned upon Maurice that his wings were too small. He looked straight ahead at himself in the mirror here, and he said, "Oh, my God, my wings. Look at my wings. One more time, look at my wings. My wings, I have to face it, my wings are poo-poo caca. They're rubbish. They are rubbish wings. But what can I do? What can I do with my wings? Well, it'll bring me a verre du vin. Yes, probably a claret will do me. Just a nice claret, and I'll see if I can sort out a solution to this problem." So, he drank his wine, did Maurice. And he thought, do you know what I'll do? I shall study. Yes, I shall study. Every book in the land. He held up his little wings. Every single book in the land I shall study, and I shall find the solution I need. The first book he found was being positive. I shall be positive. That is what I shall do. I shall think positive. I shall be positive. I shall act positive. And I shall fly, because fly is what I want to do. I am born to do. I am a bird, and I shall fly. So with that, he read the entire book about positivity, thinking, yes, I can do it. Yes, I can. Do you hear me say don't? No. He pointed his little wing at the sky. Do you hear me say I can't? No. I can, and I will. Yes, he said with a little wing and his little feet. I can and I will. But first I will have a little verre du vin. Oh yes, maybe a 95. I do like it. Where is my beret? Don't try to treat me as if I'm a cliched French bird. I just like a little beret, okay? Love you. So, with a positive attitude, Maurice made it up the hills of Paris. Here they are, the hills of Paris, and he went to the very top. I don't know whether there's many hills in Paris, but Maurice, as you can see here, at the very top, said to himself, I will, I can, I will do it. I will jump from the hill. It's a big hill, but I don't care. I can and I will. I will jump from the hill and I will fly. I will fly as the seagulls and the eagles. Yes. You are the wind beneath my wings. And with that, and with his positive attitude, he jumped into the sky, and he spread his little stumpy wings. Yes, as you can see here, the people below, some friends, a chicken that knew him once, a seagull that used to laugh at him. Ha ha ha, you stupid idiot! All watched poor Maurice as he jumped from the high hill in Paris. And what happened? Unfortunately, Maurice fell very quickly to the ground. Yes, and, well, it hurt a bit. And Maurice had to go to the hospital. Just for a short while, they bandaged his head and bandaged his stomach, and they sort of bandaged a bit there, and his wings were bandaged. But despite the terrible trauma or upset and things he suffered, he decided, once he'd had a verre du vin, which was actually a lovely 2003, he would make it, he would fly. I do not care. I will find another solution to flying, because I'm a bird. I'm a bird of paradise. I'm a bird of the sky. The sky is mine. I will fly. Yes, he was a positive French bird, and this meant everything. So Maurice went to the local library. He went to the local library once his bandages were off. He'd lost a bit of one of his feathers due to the injury, but he didn't mind. he looked around the library and he found another book. The book was called Believe. Yes, you must believe. Believe. I mustn't believe. I must believe. Oh, yes, I must believe. So Maurice got it into his head that he simply must believe. That's it, he said. Now I will fly. I will fly like the eagle. Yes, because I and you are the wind beneath my wings. Yes. But first, before I do it, I must have a little verre du vin. But I will go. So then, on the Sunday, after he'd had a nice beef steak and some pommes frites, which are potatoes, Maurice made his way up the Eiffel Tower. Obviously, he got the lift, because he, can't fly just yet. But he knew, as far as he was concerned, that he just had to believe. So here's Maurice at the top. I don't know whether you can see him. I'll move the camera. There he is. Hi, Maurice. How are you? I'm fine. With my new ability to believe, I will fly. And down below the people watched. His chicken friend here, and the seagull that didn't believe in anything. Aha, you stupid idiot. Go on, jump, you... And he swore and said terrible things. Maurice didn't care. Now I will show you all I can fly. Just believe. And with that he jumped into the sky. There he is, jumping into the sky now. What a plonker. And before you knew it, he had fallen to the ground. Oh dear, Maurice. Maurice woke up. He was in intensive care. They'd bandaged him. He needed some blood, which was being put into his little wing. He'd broken both of his feet, but they'd plastered them up. One of them was actually like this. But he had a nice pillow. And the waitress, who was a bird as well, brought him a lovely verre du vin. I think it was a 2007. I believe it was a Beaujolais. Anyway, after about 6 months or so in the hospital, Maurice woke up. Where am I? I want to live. I want to do things. I want to paint as well, but not today. Maurice did not care. He went to the local library. Yes, his feathers were a bit rubbish, of course, but he didn't care. He went to the library and he found another book. Oh, God, this is the book. Oh, yes. And the librarian woman, she explained exactly how he could fly. Really, he said. Vraiment, which means really in French and English, if you understand French and English. Really, I can fly for real, rebolon, simplement. Would you like a verre du vin? Oh my God, there was jazz, clink, clink. Anyway, the librarian had come up with the most amazing idea. And this time, Maurice liked it, for real. Let's move on, shall we, and see what happened. So, let's have a look at the sky, the sun, some birds, and here we are. There was that seagull, that horrible, nasty seagull that always said stuff to Maurice, flying along. Yes. And there was that chicken, who was a bit rubbish at flying, but could fly for a bit anyway. Yes, squawking and squeaking and squeaking and squawking. And then, my goodness, Maurice's sister. Yes, and Maurice's brother, all flying along. What's that, they said. That looks more like a bear, but it doesn't matter, it's flying anyway. These guys, yes, they're all flying. What's that, said Maurice's brother. What? What do I see? I don't know, said Maurice's sister in a more French accent. The seagull said, squawk and squawk. I think I recognise that person. What is he doing? And my goodness, over here was Maurice. Maurice indeed. His feathers on him and his little beak and his little wings. But he was in the sky. He had goggles on. Why did he have goggles on? Because he was flying. Maurice was flying. He had hired an aeroplane. Yes,
It was very cheap. The librarian said he could get it. He had to do flying lessons and everything. But it worked. I am flying. And also I've bought a flying machine with a machine gun. You have all taken the mickey of me. Now he will die. And he shot all of his friends and landed. When he landed, he took off his goggles and he smiled. Ho, 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 he said. You look at me, huh? Hey, I am somewhat successful, huh? If I say I'm going to do something, I will do it. Now I will celebrate with a verre du vin. This is a lovely little verre du vin. I believe it is 2013. Yes, so Maurice the bird has a message for everyone. And the message is, keep going. Your dreams can be real. Or in French, réel. Or in English French, bleu, which means just do it. Just keep going. You too can be like Maurice. You can have an aeroplane and fly. I love you. Goodbye.